Hello friends, and welcome into my little studio. And first of all, Happy New Year! Since it's the beginning of the year, I want to talk about how I set my art goals for 2025 and in general what are my whole list of goals. I do have plenty of goals, but I want to talk about my main goals, which are art related. And I want to first suggest you to not put too much pressure on yourself during this period of time because a lot of things may happen and you may not predict all of them. For example, it may happen that you get a big project during the year that wouldn't allow you to accomplish all your personal goals, and that's totally fine. So this is the reason why you may want to start simple with very little achievable goals. All my goals are written in this Obonichi planner, and I may add some new goals during the year, but for now I have the main goals on one side of the page, and on the other side are the main actions that I want to take in order to accomplish the goal. And my first goal is to draw more. I think this is the goal of many artists because we all want to improve and get better at drawing, which is the base of our art. But in general, it's very difficult to draw every day, each day, and I want to do this year. I never draw every day, but this year I've established a sort of schedule. So I want to draw for half an hour each day. This is the minimum time I want to take for having some sketchbook time. And the first step is not searching for references because I figured out that searching for references is a sort of a procrastination for me because I find a lot of new stuff, a lot of new ideas, but at the end I don't know where to start and what to draw, so I give up. And now I want to take that time to draw what comes to my mind and what I see in front of me if I don't have any ideas, or just draw from my phone gallery, which has a lot of photos that I've saved during the past few months and years. So I don't want to go and search on Google or Pinterest reference photos for this sketchbook practice. I also want to stick to a very few tools like color pencils or fountain pen or markers, but I don't want to use wet media at the very beginning. After half an hour, if I have extra time and if I want to develop the ideas further, I may bring in the wet media like watercolors and gouache, and then paint and do whatever in my sketchbook. But it's very important to start and to fool your brain by saying, oh, I would just draw something in half an hour and that's it. We want to do more than that. So your brain is fooled and you wouldn't procrastinate so much. I hope so. Another goal I have for this year, which is also drawing related, is drawing from memory. And for me it's very important because I rely too much on reference photos and I tend to copy from photos rather than bring my own self in the drawings. So for example, when I go for a walk or when I go visiting the city center or museums and so on, I see a lot of things that inspire me or that catch my eye, and I always say, oh, I want to draw this so much, but I can't at this moment, so I'm going to draw this at home. And maybe I take some photos and I save them for later, but I never draw from photos, basically. I never come at home and draw what caught my eye, and I want to do this more this year. So I want to come at home after a walk and draw from memory what really inspired me during the walk, maybe a shadow, maybe a shape or color or something very specific. Even if I don't remember everything and every detail, I still want to try and do this in my sketchbook, and maybe with a lot of practice I would develop further my observational skills and I would be able to draw with a lot of details just from memory and not from photos. My fourth goal would be buy less art tools and art books and art classes because I have a lot of content saved in my computer and a lot of tools in my studio that I've never used or that I've used very little, and I really want to take the time to use everything I have and to appreciate more what I have rather than seeking for something new every day in my life. So this year for me is more like a no buy or low buy year. You may have heard of this trend, and I know trends are not a good thing, but I think this trend in particular is very useful, and I want to jump on it and try to do this even with my art tools. I've also cancelled all my Patreon subscriptions because I can't keep up with the content. I've already saved a lot of content in my computer, a lot of tutorials and tips and advice from great creators on Patreon, and I never went for it. And for me it's a big shame because I could have learned a lot from it. So now I want to go through what I have on my computer, all the art classes that I've saved and downloaded, and I have so much stuff that there's no point of still having new content coming in my inbox every day. So I took a pause and I want to go through everything I have first, and then maybe later this year I would reactivate some Patreon subscription. In particular, I want to mention the illustrator Rebecca Green, which has such an amazing Patreon with such inspirational content. I love everything about it. So I'm a bit sad that I had to stop the subscription, but I need some time for myself and to reconnect to the things I own at the moment, and then I would maybe go back to it. Another very big goal this year is defining my art style, which is a very big goal because usually art style comes naturally, at least this is what everyone says, but I want to make some intentional choices. So I want to observe what I love about what I'm already doing, and I also want to do some master studies and master copies and take out the things that I really like and integrate them in my art style. So I really want to point out what are the designs and shapes I mostly lean towards, and I really want my art style to really reflect me as a person and be more expressive and spontaneous, because at the moment I think it lacks spontaneity a lot. I know this is a very big and tough goal to achieve this year. I don't have a lot of expectations. I'll keep you updated here on YouTube. I plan to do some master copies with you and share my thoughts and what I liked about it, and some style explorations, maybe trying different mediums and different things, and alterate some things in my current art style. Anyway, I'll keep you updated, and I plan to do a lot of videos about this during the year because it's one of my goals, and you'll see me doing this a lot. And finally, let's come to the last goal, which is social media, of course, because we have to integrate them in our routine as artists. Nowadays, social media is a great tool, but at the same time it can give you a lot of frustration, and I want to take it easy this year. So I basically decided which are the social media that I want to prioritize this year, and first being Substack, because I have 2 pages on Substack. The first one is a personal newsletter which is called Illustration Notes, and I want to post 1 newsletter a month at the end of the month, and I want to sum up all the things and all the content I did during the month, so that if you miss something you can catch up on everything in the newsletter. And then at the beginning of the newsletter I'll share some notes, because this is the name of the newsletter, so I'll give you some tips and advice based on what I've learned during that month. And overall you won't find advertising, or I won't sell anything in this newsletter, because I don't have to sell anything at the moment, so you'll just find free content. The other page I own, it's called For Artists, and it's a page where I interview artists from all over the world. So you'll find just interviews, precious interviews, because artists share a lot of advice and tips and their personal artistic journey that you can learn a lot from it. And I'm very grateful this page has grown so much during the past months. We almost hit 1,000 subscribers, and it's a very big goal I've never dreamed of. I'm very happy to talk with artists and to get to know them better, because doing illustrations, it's a very lonely job, and it's very nice to talk with somebody somebody in the industry. And I hope this page will be a safe place for all the artists to express themselves and for beginner artists to learn a lot and to get only genuine content and a lot of precious information. Also, when it comes to the interviews, I want to stick to the schedule this year because the other year I had some hard time organizing the interviews. Some artists didn't respect the deadline and this messed up my plan for the year. So there would be months where I would post like 1 interview instead of 2, and other months where I would post 3 interviews. And this year I want to post 2 interviews per month, the 1st and the 15th day of the month. And I hope, wish me luck, to stick to this schedule. So if you didn't know these pages, now you know them and you can have the chance to subscribe and be part of my community. Now, when it comes to other social media like Instagram or TikTok, I don't want to have a schedule because I nowadays don't stick too much with this social media. I don't like too much Instagram because also of the AI thing and also the algorithm and so on. And I don't want to put too much effort in it. So I'll just post when I have some art to post. I may want to decide one day for posting, like for example Mondays, but I don't want to like having a schedule every Monday I have to post something, otherwise it will be a mess. I don't want this. I just want to post when I have something to say and something to show, and that's it. I may do more stories on Instagram, maybe to share some personal life and like my studio and work in progress. But when it comes to the feed, I don't want to be very stressed about it. Also, TikTok is a very spontaneous tool in my opinion because I get to do videos where I talk like this. Some videos are in Italian language, others, like most of them are in English, and I can also post a lot of photos, like a bunch of art that I've created lately. So overall, you get the chance to post different types of content on TikTok, which is great, but I don't think it's a very artist-friendly platform because people won't stick around. I mean, they watch the For You page, and if they find you there, it's fine and they will interact with you. But if they don't find you there, then they will forget about you. So I think TikTok is more a page where you can share spontaneous thoughts, or you can share your art, what you've created lately, inspirational things, aesthetics and so on. And yeah, I don't want to be stressed about posting on TikTok, and I won't plan a schedule for TikTok either. And lastly, when it comes to Patreon, I did have a Patreon, but now I want to take a break from it, so I've paused it and I've reactivated my Ko-fi account. So if you want to support me financially, you can donate a coffee on the Ko-fi platform, and that's it. I almost forgot about YouTube. I want to post more often on YouTube. I want to have a schedule, like I want to post every Friday every week. So wish me luck with that. And yeah, these are my goals, both for social media and in general for art. I hope you could find some useful information in this video, and let me know in the comments which are your goals for 2025. Thank you for watching and see you next week. Bye!